everyone, my name is Shaun. I'm the Infrastructure and Amenities Advisor at the Edmonton Federation of Community Leagues. One of my favorite parts of my job is watching leagues and hearing about leagues dreaming big. Whether it's a hall renovation, or it's a rink project, or it's a community garden, it's awesome to hear. The reality of taking dreams to done is, well, it's extremely challenging. It involves permitting and big time budgets and contracts and a ton of time. It can be overwhelming to volunteer boards. And that's why I'm here today, sitting down with Scott Varga of VA Projects. Now, you specialize in helping leagues manage these important projects. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Shaun. Yeah, you nailed it. Ultimately, volunteers, they have the passion, but they shouldn't have to become construction experts overnight just to improve their neighborhood.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let's just peel it back. Let's start at the basics. Okay, so a league is in the midst of a project. They've got a contractor in place. They've got an architect in place. They feel as though that individual or team is managing the project. Tell us about why that might be a common misconception or myth, and where project management comes in.
Yeah, and that is one of the most common misconceptions as to why would you hire a project manager. And ultimately, the project manager's responsibility is to the board. They are the board's owner's representative, and so that project manager is responsible to basically be the conductor of the orchestra. The constructor is responsible for the outcome of the building. The architect is responsible for the outcome of the design. The project manager is holding all the parties accountable for delivering their deliverables or outcomes on time, on budget, for the benefit of the board.
Okay, so let's talk about, well, one of the biggest pieces is certainly dollars, right? It's budget. Okay, so leagues are managing public dollars. We've got casino funds, donations, grants. Boards can be hesitant to bring on a consultant because they view it as an extra, as an additional piece, and not maybe as vital as they should. So I guess, how would you respond to that apprehension?
Yeah, so ultimately the best project managers are ones that have a fiscal responsibility mindset. So ultimately they're in a position to de-risk the project, which ultimately saves the board money. So on a project that we were recently on, we were analyzing the contract pre-signing, and important detail there. And we actually identified a scope gap. And so that would have resulted in a $40,000 charge later on. So ultimately, the savings in which a good project manager can achieve, whether that's through risk analysis, through contracts and procurement, it ultimately pays for their fees in savings back to the board.
Okay, that makes sense for sure. Just responsible risk management, I guess. I want to touch on something else that we see at the EFCL and within leagues all the time as well. It's just volunteer burnout. Capital projects can be long. How can hiring a project manager support the work of board members, and maybe also in their personal lives outside of being a board member as well?
Yeah. So ultimately, we know capital projects take a long time. When you go from fundraising all the way through execution, it can be years. And so ultimately, a project manager can add a layer of continuity. So whether a board is turning over just through term, or there's some form of attrition, that project manager can add a whole amount of continuity, which benefits the board for the case of the project. So nothing falls through the gaps. Additionally, I think it's really important to talk about that the project team, the project manager, should be taking those 7 a.m. calls for the construction, not a volunteer. This is really important for the balance of their personal life and their volunteer life.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so if a league is watching this right now, they are contemplating a project. Is there a particular time that they should be engaging with a project manager? Are they waiting for a certain milestone? Should they have all their funds in place? I guess, what's best there?
Yeah, ultimately, the earlier the better. So a really good project manager, like I said, is that conductor of the orchestra. So they're able to pull all the things together at the fundraising level, at the design level, at the procurement level, and making sure that everything is set up in that vision stage so that it's absolutely going to be successful.
Okay. So, I mean, well, as simple as it is, that's that. I mean, in order to protect the budget, the project, the volunteers, the board, the league, professional project management, and owner's representative, as you noted, is the way to go.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Awesome. Okay, so check out the link below. You can reach out to me at EFCL. My name's Shaun Good again. Thank you, Scott, and thanks for watching.